for your right to you be the fear. Police go slap you, you be the fear. Fight for your picking, you be the fear.
Hello, everybody. Bloodworth here with Huber.
Yo.
Want to talk about Need for Speed Heat.
Yes.
Because multiple reasons. Number one, I've been wanting to do stuff like this. You did a thing with Jones with Ghost Recon.
Yep.
I've been wanting to do this kind of idea of like, okay, after the first weekend kind of thing. And number two, I've been on a string of games coming in late. And this game came out like, it came to me after it came out. And this week is nuts for me. I've got a lot of stuff outside of work that I'm working on. And so, I don't know. It's going to be a couple weeks before I get this review actually done.
Sure. It's a break, it looks like.
So, I think we're roughly close to the same point.
Yeah.
We played a bit the past couple of days. I've just got to a point where it says completed chapter 1.
Okay.
I'm level 8. You said you're level 11.
Yeah, 10 or 11, I think.
Yeah, put in like, I don't know, I'd say like 4 hours. Maybe it's hard sometimes when I'm like taking notes and doing capture and stuff.
Yeah, that seems right. 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'm really liking it, Blood.
Yeah?
I'm really liking this game. I love Need for Speed. Let me flash my Need for Speed credentials. Have always loved Need for Speed because I love the thrill of a police chase.
Sure.
I just love that concept, and like illegal street racing and running away from the cops is awesome in video games. And Need for Speed has kind of has had a roller coaster in quality, I would say, over the years. You know,
it's kind of all over the place.
It's kind of all over the place, and like, you know, the last one I played was like 2015 or 16, the weird like live action first person, which I actually kind of liked.
I did too.
But the newest one, Payback, wasn't so great.
Yeah, the previous,
But then now here we are, and it feels like the days of old Bloodworth. It feels like I'm playing Need for Speed Underground all over again.
A little bit of that vibe.
A little bit of that, and like a little bit of Burnout Paradise or something.
Sure. Yeah, because it does have some of the stuff with the billboards, smashing billboards. It's got speed traps.
Hidden sprays.
Finding like graffiti.
Yeah.
Although the funny thing is, the first couple of graffiti things that I found, number one, I think they kind of vary by like in style by like the location or like the zone or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the first couple of things I found, I'm like, this is just a bunch of bumper stickers stuck to a wall. I'm like, what the heck? And then
I like that at like Wahoo's Fish Tacos. People put like, bumper stickers.
It looked like Wahoo's Fish Tacos.
Awesome.
And then the other thing that was hilarious about it, the first one I saw, like the decal or whatever of the bumper stickers was like floating 6 inches off the wall like this.
Okay.
I think it has something to do with like some depth of the texture or something
That's so
that's like
weird.
it's not actually polygons, but it looks 3D. So it was like, okay. So that's the thing. Like to me, this game has been like very like so far it's been definitively average.
Yeah.
You know? Like I start the game up, the first cutscenes are like boop, 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 stuttering on me.
Yeah, that's weird. You're playing on X?
On Xbox One X.
And I'm playing on PS4 Pro.
I was trying to Google it, and I saw somebody that was like showing like the frame pacing off or whatever with the little graph.
Super weird.
And then I start driving, and I start seeing pop-up and like foliage drawing in on the hillsides and this kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of that weird
but that's
stuff.
just one of the thing with the pop-in.
Yeah.
It's one of those things to where it's like, you see it in the daylight when it's not raining, which is actually a rarity in this game. Because a lot of times you're driving at night.
Yeah.
And then when you are driving in the day, there's a lot of rain and there's a lot of other effects that kind of mask that stuff.
For sure. The worst to me is when you're loading the cars. Mm-hmm. Like if you go to the dealership and you cycle through the cars, the texture pop-in is brutal.
But not the texture, like the models.
The
They're
whole
like
thing,
changing shape as you're like going through.
Not the most flattering way to look at some of these beautiful cars.
Another one of the weird little gripes I've got so far, I don't know if this has happened to you, but like they have like this animation lead up to the race.
It's the same thing every damn time, which is annoying.
Right. But then like before it gets to 3, 2, 1, right before it gets to that, and like the engine is revving up, there's like this split second of like the game just crashed.
What?
It's like vroom, 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 vroom.
This seems like something's wrong with the code for the Xbox version, and that a patch will like fix this because this
Maybe
is
it is
weird.
just the Xbox version because somebody else confirmed it and they were also playing on an Xbox
Yeah.
One X. But I saw
To be
I saw on
fair-
PC there's some of these things that people are like patching themselves. They're like
it.
modding.
To be fair, the PS4 version isn't much better because I had a brutal crash
Oh yeah.
when I was racing at night, and I was like chaining races together and escaping cops, and I had a ton
Yeah.
of rep that I was gonna bank, and the game hard crashed on me, and it was
Yeah,
really
we should explain that bit.
disheartening.
So yeah, you race either day or night. You can swap between them from the map really easily, and it's a neat progression the way they've got
It
it
is.
balanced out because in the day,
Yeah.
you're in essentially like sanctioned legal races, and you beat the races and you get cash,
Mm-hmm.
and then at night, it's all street racing. It's all illegal. And you get rep. And
Rep.
this city, Palm City, based on Miami,
Yeah.
is hilarious because like you can't buy auto parts unless you have a rep for street racing. You go up to the shop and you're like knocking on the door, like, yeah, they won't sell to you. I'm like, what the crap? What am I supposed to do if I'm a plumber? You know?
Buy auto parts. That's really funny, Blood.
So yes, you unlock cars and you unlock parts
Yeah.
based on your rep.
It's under rep.
Yeah. So it's kind of a cool back and forth. It's kind of, and it's interesting because like I'm a little worried that I'm like, am I gonna have to grind like races that I've already done? But I haven't come across that yet. There's
wanna
always
know-
like another like 1 or 2 races that will pop up on the map. So far for me.
Do you want to know what's really nice, Blood? Is I'm feeling the RP of the progression. And this is gonna sound weird, but okay, I really like the progression in this game because when you don't win a race, you're still earning either cash or rep, and you get a check mark next to the race, so you feel that sense of completion as
Right.
well, even though you didn't get first. And it just kind of factors into the role of an up and coming street racer in this city of like, you know, you're not going to win them all. You're starting out in your, 180 SX or your like starting level car.
Yeah.
It just makes sense, and it makes the progression like really painless, honestly.
But the reason I was getting into all that because of your crash
Yeah.
is with the rep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of extra little modifiers on that. Number 1 is the cops.
The heat level, yes.
So your heat level becomes a multiplier.
Yeah.
Whatever rep you earn will be multiplied by whatever your heat level is. And also, if you don't bank it, you lose.
You lose it. I lost
all of
like,
it, or
all of it, dude. When
you
my
lost
game
all of it when you
crashed.
crash.
Yeah.
But I think when you get busted, you have some rep that you keep. When the cops bust you,
I had
I'll have to pay a little bit
25
more attention to how that works.
I had $25,000 cash at one point and got busted by
Maybe
the
you don't get the multiplier if you're
Yeah.
busted.
Maybe. I lost like 10 grand when I got busted by the cops. Out of 25,000, I went down to 15.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
So
I
you
was
got
like-
you saw what you had and then went lower.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
$25,000 cash and it went to 15.
Got it.
That's the only thing I know. Because I was trying to ram this cop and I rammed him so hard into the side that I lost all my speed, but I rammed him full force into the side.
Yeah.
But then because I was going slow, it was like automatically like you're caught. I was
don't-
so mad, dude. I was like,
I do not like the collision physics in this. It's really stiff and hard and not like you can't like really turn a cop around that easy yet. At least in this the starter cars. Like you can't knock them off road or roll them over, and like I was doing some damage testing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever done that in a racing.
Yeah.
I would just like run into
Side
walls
punch.
over and over again and see what happens.
for sure.
And it's like I busted out my back window,
Oh, yeah.
but it was like my hood was just like
A little bit.
a little
yeah.
bit popped open. I got some
Um,
dirt on the side of the car.
Have you added mods to your car? A lot? Or just a little bit?
Not a lot.
Okay.
You mean like the visual customization?
No. Performance. Like
Oh,
exhaust.
a few things like that. Yeah.
Because there's like the one, if you like the first unlock, at least just speaking for the
First
180.
is the nitros. Yeah.
Yeah, but the first tier of all of the exhaust, the intercooler,
Yeah.
all that stuff, the first tier adds like 1 or 2 to my car rating, but then the next one after that adds like 10, 15. So it's like a big jump.
Oh, okay.
Each time you level up a tier. So I saved all my money and everything until I got to a lot of tier 2s, and I just put it into my car.
And then you saw another car you wanted to buy?
No, well,
okay.
I'm going to do that for sure. But I noticed quite a big
Yeah.
jump just to the way the game handles already. Like it was,
in the handling.
it was a lot more sluggish at the start. And now that I upgraded it a bunch, tires alone, I was like, okay, this feels really good now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like that's one of the like things was when you do early impressions with like early parts of the game.
Totally, early cars.
One thing I do want to talk about, because again, like it's weird because this game wasn't in like an E3 or anything big like that, you know. So it was like it didn't follow all the marketing.
Totally.
That first trailer was kind of just about gameplay.
Yeah.
But this game's got a lot of story happening.
Yeah, which I'm super into.
You got this brother and sister
Yeah.
going on. The brother is like, I'm done with street racing. He's just a mechanic.
I'm into it.
Sister's kind of egging him on, like, you know,
Yeah.
treating him like he's lazy or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's something shady going on with these cops.
The cops. What is it, like Lieutenant Walker or something?
These cops are like
He was
high
ready
school
to-
bullies to begin with.
He was ready to kill the guy in the intro. He was ready to like shoot him in the head, blood. Remember?
But you hear what he was upset about?
Huh.
Like, the guy's car. The guy lost his car. And they're like, you let that sweet ride go off the edge.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they're out here selling these cars
Yeah,
or
for
chop
sure.
shopping or
For
something.
sure.
Yeah.
Toretto, dude. Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Shades of Fast and the Furious.
We are coming after you hard, and we are coming after you fast. Trust me, there is no escape.
I like it though because it's a hard-boiled story. The stakes feel high, and I also like the happy-go-lucky, like street racing vibe of
It's just
the
so
crew.
funny because, like, even when they're chasing you, these cops don't sound like cops.
No,
These cops are
they sound like mercenaries
Yeah.
ready to come in and kill. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild
Yeah.
for sure.
The other thing, two other things for sure. Are you playing online or solo mode? It makes it like really like they don't give you any reason up front. It's like, do you want to play online? Or you want to play solo? And I'm like, well, what am I playing online? Is it multi? It's like, but no, it's just like the world is the same.
Yeah.
It's just like whether it's populated with people or not.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't.
So I tried queuing up for a race, Bloodworth,
Oh yeah.
with people because it's like I'll earn more rep. I was like, whatever, I'll just do this, see what happens.
Nobody joined in time.
Nobody joined.
Yeah.
Race canceled. Waited 60 seconds. Waited the full timer. Said, well, I guess I'm just playing solo now. Was over it.
Right. Yeah, I hadn't seen a whole lot out there to justify it. And then I went back to solo for a bit just to try that.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that happened to me is I finished a night race
Yeah.
and then I paused just to take some notes. And then I hear, woo, woo, and like it unpauses my game and there's a cop right in front of me and I get busted. And I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, what? Garbage.
Because it's like, and I think that's one of the things is like Forza Horizon 4, you know, when they introduce this idea of like, oh, you're going to be always popular with all these people, they're like, but here is what we're going to do to like keep it from being a headache. And like people won't be able to ram you if you're paused and like all
Yeah.
of this and that. And I'm wondering, like, did Need for Speed learn any of those lessons? Or
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing is Forza doesn't have cops.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I'm sitting in a menu pause, I would think.
You just go to the garage, I guess. Is like your safe house.
Yeah,
The
that's
safe
what
house does
what I've
feel,
got to
yeah.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like one of those like hard lessons
For
to
sure.
learn. And then
I do like seeing other people during police chases. That's always thrilling.
Yeah.
And really fun. Like
I'll-
someone
I'll-
drives by and like 4 cop cars on them. It's like that's cool.
I'll probably pop back online soon, and just so I can get that experience.
I figured I would do it once I had the first good car I want.
Hmm.
I'm trying to get level 14 is like the Lancer Evo 10.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite cars. So I was like, all right, I'm going to hit 14, get the Evo, soup it up a bit, then go online. And
another thing with the story missions, I don't know if you've run into this or not.
Mm-hmm.
They have these moments when you're supposed to. It's like Red Dead. You're supposed to like drive.
Need for Speed.
You're supposed to drive behind this other character
Yeah.
and listen to them talk.
Yeah, for sure. Like escort, yeah.
And they go so freaking slow. and they're like jumping all over the place.
Really erratic
It's like,
turns.
wait, no, I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm over here. Like, okay, now I'm gonna turn. I'm like, okay, I've got to like go like
Totally.
3 car lengths behind you
Yep.
and like slow down.
Yeah.
Just to like go where you're going, because
Yeah.
they don't put like a marker on your map. It would be cool if they're like race you to it and they
Yeah.
talk during the race. But yeah, so far like that's weird.
Yeah. It feels.
And the other thing is like, so far I feel like everything outside of the story races is just like super easy.
For sure.
Like I just blast through 'em.
Totally.
So I'm probably I've been wanting to wait a little bit, and the story races have ratcheted up a slight amount, but I'm probably gonna bump it up to hard if
Yeah.
it keeps up like this.
Bump it up, dude.
yeah.
Blood on the tracks.
But it's weird with racing games sometimes because like you bump it up to hard, and then it's just like,
Nuts.
oh, it's
rubber
it-
banding and stuff.
well, it just sort of feels like, okay, now hard means that like you're permanently in second place and you can never catch the guy in first.
Totally, totally. It's so funny. I have a similar gripe with difficulties in a racing game. It seems really hard, which hopefully online kind of alleviates that weird balance of
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's why I want to go
Like,
back to online too, just to
yeah.
kind of, because if I'm supposed to be racing with other people more, then
Yeah.
like that will maybe make that make a little more sense.
And it's really early, but just again, I just want to really emphasize like the progression. And this feels like a really big game. Like it is a big open world and there's a lot of stuff on the map. But at the same time, it doesn't feel overwhelming somehow. It feels like a really
They don't really,
digestible open world because
at the start they don't really give you a lot of incentive to go
Yeah.
out to all the corners. Like, no, you're just in this neighborhood right now.
Totally. And I think if you just follow the story, like I
Yeah.
feel like this is a really big racing game that you can, again, this is early takes on it. I don't know how long it is, but it feels digestible in the early goings.
Mhm. One of the things I like with collectibles
Mm-hmm.
is when you go to the menu screen and you look at the list,
Mm-hmm.
every like category of collectibles, it tells you what you earn.
Oh, cool.
So you don't like go out there and
Yeah.
like, oh, I got all the billboards, and then that sucked.
When I went to the dealership, I went all the way to the end, and the cars are there, and it says how to unlock some of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them are just rep levels, but then other ones were like, oh, you have to do this to get this,
Yeah.
this to get this.
So I think
Which
that's
is cool.
cool. I remember
Definitely.
when Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
did that on like Black Flag or something, or was it? Maybe they didn't do that.
I feel
Anyways,
like if the battle pass has done anything, it's helped us come into a world now where like we know what rewards we're getting. Like no more loot boxes. Just let me know what let me know what's coming down the pipe. Okay, level 20 is the WRX STI. Cool. Like
yeah.
no randomness.
Also, have you done any races in the up in the hills yet? Like out of the city a little bit.
Bloodworth, dude, the last race I did raised my opinion of the game even higher. I was like, yeah, this feels like a nice 7.
I
The
think
last race I did, Blood, it was like an 8-person race, and it felt so cool because people kept coming out of all these different turns, and it was just this awesome race through the city into the hills. Coming down, there was some drifting in it. It was a pretty long one. It was like a 5-minute race. It was awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like the hills to me feels better. You get more like those winding like long drifts or slides.
Yeah, how do you
around.
like the drifts? It seems just like kind of
I have
off the
to
gas.
play with more
For sure.
cars. Like the BMW I started with did not want to drift at all.
Got it.
You know, I'm
went
on a
to-
Mazda. It's got a little bit more going on.
I have the 180. I picked the 180 SX.
Okay,
Drift's pretty nice.
but yeah. So it's funny because it's like, to me, that's sort of those kinds of environments and turns is where Need for Speed has always been good. Like even back from like Hot Pursuit days.
Yeah.
And so it's hilarious because it really doesn't fit the theme. Like Miami doesn't have these hills. You've like just made this up for
It's
your
not
game
Miami,
world.
though.
Yeah, it's
not
Palm
Miami.
City.
Yep.
So
So they can get away with it.
they can get away.
Totally. I also heard one of my favorite songs ever in this game. It's from Tycho.
Okay.
If you're in the
Yeah, it's got a pretty-
dealership or the
it's
garage.
Pretty good
Yeah,
music list so far.
for sure.
yeah.
Day and night has different playlists in the garage and stuff. So
But yeah, so there we go. Need for Speed Heat after a weekend.
yeah, feeling good about it.
Yeah,
Personally-
I'm not feeling terrible about it, but I'm not feeling great about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like frame rate's not amazing or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of playing by the numbers, but it's
Mm-hmm.
got some the day night thing is cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it in a couple weeks.
Definitely.
And yeah, and I'm sure it sounds like you'll probably play some more.
For sure. Got to get that Evo. Got to get that Skyline.
Nice. See you soon.